We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank you.
Welcome back to These Unprecedented Gauge, your go-to podcast for all things queer, where we unpack the nuances of LGBTQ plus life in these unprecedented times. Wrote songs for everybody, and then I think it was like
Garth Brooks.
No,
Is he? I don't know if he's a
It
big
was actually
time.
a great show though, because they would show you how producers influence like a song,
right?
Because they would work with the writer who might have a really good kind of earworm part of the song, and then how a producer brings that out and changes it.
Was it
But the guy
like a
from-
reality show, right?
Right.
Okay.
But the guy Ryan, I think his name is Ryan from One Republic.
Yeah.
He would change the songs completely. It wouldn't sound anything like the way that it sounded when the writer brought it in.
So it's like, thank you so much for your really good idea, but it's not good.
Well, like the ones you sometimes it sounded so different. Like it came in as a country western song and it went out as a hip hop.
Oh my God.
You know, like
They
Really?
did one. Yeah, they did one for Leona Lewis, and
Wait. Like,
that she
she used and sung?
she sung it and created a single for it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So are these like songwriters?
they're legit songwriters.
And they come in and they sing the song that they wrote to the producers and writers, and then
so they're like pitching it to get it.
Yeah, they
on.
get like 4 or 5 indie songwriters together, and then
they have an artist there who listens to the songs with them. So like Leona Lewis was one, Rascal Flatts I think was another one.
Oh, okay.
But then they narrowed it down to, like, if they were started with 4, then they went down to 2, I think, and then the 2 of them get to perform their song, and one wins and gets actually released.
Right, the artist
They
picks
get
the
like
song
the
that they like the
rights
most.
or whatever, and so
Well,
the
they get
whole
a
thing
writing
is-
credit. So to have like Leona Lewis sing a song that you co-wrote,
Yeah. Okay.
and like also like Kelsey Ballerini was on there, Ben Platt was on there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was a really cool show. I love the idea of it, but it was just like sometimes with the guy from One Republic is he would take it totally in a different direction, and I'm like that it's not even the person's song anymore.
Maybe that was his whole role. Like,
Maybe
hey,
that was.
you are here to change everything.
Well, and it's like it almost felt like I have a song that I want to produce, but I'm gonna act like it's like your song, and then we're gonna change it around.
You use the word basket, and I'm going to work that in,
Right,
so that's our
right.
connection.
We're
you're
gonna keep
still gonna get
everything,
credit.
but we're gonna get rid of everything but your one sentence in all of the melody.
Exactly. Speaking of credit, I'm Paul,
And I'm Joe.
and we're These Unprecedented Gays.
I liked that one.
You like that one?
That was a good segue.
Oh my God. It was smooth like butter, like fresh churned butter, unsalted or salted.
You know what's so funny? Okay, so it's me, Joe, and Andy in the studio today because Nick is off on a trip in D.C.
In the District of Columbia, yes.
Correct.
Which I don't know why.
Which
he would
we
be
now
there.
call enemy territory.
Yes. Well, I don't know how he's there.
Well, okay, but the weird thing is he posted a picture to the group chat, and it was like not where we're talking about, highly classified war secrets or anything.
Correct.
But like
It wasn't on Signal.
exactly.
It was on WhatsApp.
So he posted a picture, and I'm like, "Oh, are you at Tati? Tate, like latte, but it's Tate."
Okay,
And-
I didn't know how it was pronounced. I thought it was like the Tate.
Oh, no. See, I didn't know how... I kept saying it was Tati, but then I was like, when I was there last, I saw a sign that says, just like latte.
That checks though. That's helpful, yeah.
So, but he was there. And then I was talking to a patient's mom today, and she was like, oh, I'm going out of town then. And I'm like, oh, are you going anywhere fun? And she's like, oh, I'm just going to D.C. And I'm like, okay, then you have to go to this place, Tate, Tatte. Great place for breakfast, pastries, and coffee, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's weird that this is the second time I brought it up.
Yeah,
to
it's like
somebody.
it's a recurring theme in your life right now.
Right.
Are you going to go to Tate?
I want to. Their
Where's the
pastries
nearest
are
one?
so good.
Not near.
Nah, the NDC.
Well, he was saying that we went to one in Boston, I think.
Oh, okay. Probably like all the East Coast. And
But I don't remember. I remember going to a really cute, like boutique-y sort of cafe, and we went there because it was open.
Oh,
like,
okay.
But it was really nice, and they had really good pastries.
Okay. So how was your week, Joe?
Okay, so a lot has happened other than America stuff, but I've been relaxing.
Okay.
And taking care of Max, which is fine. So it's like Max themed my week. So Friday, a couple weeks ago, I like was petting Max and I found like this little like bump under his armpit, and I was like,
God.
"Oh my God, he's dying of cancer!" Right?
Okay.
Because that's the first.
Okay,
thing you think.
WebMD, calm down.
So I'm like, okay, whatever, right? So I like booked an appointment, and then we go in. He's fine. It's a lipoma. But the funny part is we went to the vet. Me and Max, no one else. And the vet's like, oh, hi, like, here's Max. Like, and Max has to get muzzled because he gets a little snippy.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like,
do I need to get
yeah.
muzzled?
Yeah, girl. Yeah. And so it's so weird because Max is like, I love you. But then like the doctor wants to like just like feel under his arm, and then Max is like, I want you to die. And so what made me laugh is that the vet was like, yeah, in his file I have that he's very eccentric and he's an odd dog. And I was like, yeah, that is absolutely correct. I was like, Max is a really odd dog and super eccentric. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. And he's like, but, you know, why would you want to be normal? Eccentric is so much more fun. And I was like, okay, I get it.
So are they going to do anything?
No, it's just a monitor. It's really small. It's like
But are they going to
small grape.
Do they want you to go back and check or anything?
No, so they did like
Okay.
they did like a little needle aspiration thingy.
Okay.
To get like the sample, and then it was like got sent out, and it was like just fatty tissue.
I always tell people, I'm like, when you're going to the vet, and they, your dog has something done there, and then they're like, oh, you have to come back in a week and do a follow up. It's like, am I going to be charged for that appointment? Because I need to
you
know.
guys got charged for one. That's right.
Right. They like told us that we need to come back in, have him checked, and then we get there, and they wanted to charge us $60 for the office visit. I'm like, no, nobody said anything about that.
Nope.
I thought that was included in the.
Yep.
Well, we stopped going to see that vet because of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like when they were doing the like investigation or whatever, the vet was like, okay, well, this is what I'd recommend, and he's like, if it's like financially possible, and I was like, I have pet insurance, so yes, like that's fine. I get 90% reimbursement. I was like, do whatever you want. Like, you want to order a test, go for it. So
don't you have a deductible?
$250.
Oh, that's
so
really
once
low.
I meet the $250, and then it's 90%, and there's no max, other than my dog, Max.
Max is always there.
There's no cap on the coverage that you could get annually.
Okay, that's good.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Jesus Christ. So Max is fine. He has a lipoma, but the vet was like, basically, whenever you have some other routine thing that he has to go under, like, we can remove it. Because like, unless it's like huge and it's like getting big and like bothersome, it's like don't do surgery unless necessary. So that was one thing, and then after that on Saturday, I took Max for a run, and I think he wants me dead because he tripped me. And I ate shit over in front of the brewery draft corner house thing, whatever, the draft corner house.
And over by the park?
near us. And like, it wasn't his fault. Like, he got startled and he went from my right to my left. And then like, obviously, like, if you get tripped, you're going to fall. But like, I landed all on my knees, and like, they're not doing so
That just
high.
made my butthole hurt. Just
Like,
thinking about it, I was like, oh.
Like, okay, because like, and the first thing I was like, okay, I need to get up and out of public so no one's like watching me. Like, I was like, I had like embarrassment, not even like secondhand, it was firsthand embarrassment. I was like, okay, just like get up and keep walking. So I was walking, and I was like, oh God. And it was like 5 blocks away, and I'm like, I just have to make it home, and I'm like bleeding.
I see your abrasion and contusion.
Yeah, on these ones. And so they were like really, really, really painful. It was swollen, and I'm like,
have you gone to see a doctor yet?
no.
You'll take
Really?
Max to the doctor for a tiny little bump, but you're
I will
You won't
heal.
go for your own stuff?
No, I will heal.
How do you know? Because like it could be a fracture or something.
Girl, what? Oh my God, don't tell me that. Okay, I'll book an appointment. That's true. Well, so I mean, it was just like, I mean, I'm fine now. Okay, I'll book an appointment.
Are you fine? Were you fine ever?
You're right. They need to amputate a double amputation. But I was like, a fucking course, right? And like, I had to like shower after it, and I was like, I can't even like walk. So I was like on a steady drip of Motrin and ibuprofen, or Motrin and Tylenol. So I'm better at walking now, and the bruising is gone. So,
but what about all the hidden stuff that could have?
You're right. I don't know what my deductible is for my insurance. But
You're obviously not better at running because a dog can trip you up.
Oh my God, no. Well,
Yeah,
and then
that's why I don't run.
well, and exactly. I was like, I texted Nick and I was like, Max is done with running. He's like, what happened? And I was like, this is a story.
The only thing I run from are responsibilities.
Yeah.
So.
But like even yesterday, I had to take him, or no, because this happened on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Monday, I took him like for a brief, very, very brief walk to the park. And I was like, that's all you're getting today. Sorry, little guy. So lots of Mac stuff. And then lastly, my car license plates came, but they were delivered to my old address. And I would have never known, except my old landlord, she messaged, she's like, hey, we got your mail. And like, it looks like they're like license and registration stuff. So we're going to take it and hold it at the office, and you can come pick it up. So I picked it up today, and I was like, if you weren't like nice, I would have been like screwed.
Yeah.
And she was like, I know, like I always try to make sure if you're like an old resident, like that we take care of you.
So a question for that though, because you went through all that paperwork at the dealership.
And I told them my address, and they even had the old address, and I was like, that's not my address. And we changed it to my new address. Yeah. So it's weird because like the like their whatever documentation from like the Kia dealership came to our address, but something got disconnected for the like car registration.
So did the registration have to be changed? Do you have to go and update your address on the registration?
I did it today, yeah.
Good.
So I was like, okay, how do I change my registration?
Because it's easy to do
online. Yeah. Well, and it wasn't like I had to add it to my residence or whatever. And first it was like, this isn't your residence. And I was like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. I was like, if I have to go to the DMV.
You don't have to go to DMV for anything anymore. You can do it all online.
Yeah. So all of it's good. I have my car, my license plates, and I have the right registration.
Well, they're going to dissolve the DMV soon anyway. So.
I know. Oh my God. Speaking of government, I actually got like a tax return, or like, what's it called? Like a tax return, like a refund. And I was like, I hope I get it. I don't know if I'll get it because like, you know.
I hope I get it.
I hope the IRS is still, like, it's automated. So I feel like automated systems are safe, but like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I know.
Do they use Signal to send you your tax refund?
We will owe money, so we're going to pay at the very last minute, and I'm hoping it's
my mom. I was talking to my mom over the weekend. She's like, "Yeah, we have to pay." I was like, "Don't. The IRS is going away. Like, don't give the government money that they need to operate."
I still have to come back into the country in May after our trip. You know, not paying my taxes would probably be a bad.
Would they like? How would they find you though?
I know we're assuming a lot, like that they actually these people can't even dial a group chat. So
yeah, so that was my week. How have you guys been?
Good. So we had a somewhat quiet weekend. Friday night we went to the bar because a friend of ours was having a birthday party. So we hung out there for a little bit, which was kind of fun. And then we had another birthday party on Saturday, which was fun.
It was It was an older party. It started at 1:30 in the afternoon
on a Saturday in Coronado. So yeah,
okay.
And it actually it feeds into what we're going to be this week's topic of coworkers, because it was a work-based event. And it was a lot of fun. Yes. So current work.
We had a really good time. It was fun.
Yes, it was fun. It was just interesting to see all these different people that I don't know. So it's like everybody kind of clicks and they kind of stay in their own little thing. So it's like all of the people from work all kind of congregated together, you know? So it's like, it's fine. And I mean, the food was good.
What kind of food did you guys have?
It was like they had like sliders. So they had like hamburger sliders, and they had like pulled pork sliders or something. Ooh. And then they had lobster mac and cheese. Oh. But you had to pick the right bowl, because for some reason, one bowl had more pasta, but another bowl had more lobster chunks in it.
That's just because your coworker grabbed all the lobster out of the first one. They had it all right in the middle, and they took a big giant scoop.
Why wouldn't it all be uniformly?
No, they didn't mix it up. They laid the lobster on the top.
Oh my god!
But it was also it was weird because we get there and it was a surprise party, and so the person didn't get there till 2, and then they started putting out the charcuterie board,
And
charcuterie, yeah. And so
wait, is it a different kind of charcuterie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, is that a thing?
No, that's just what people call it if they can't say charcuterie.
Oh. I like charcuterie though. It sounds a little dirty. It's served to you by a stripper.
Yeah, we still don't even know what the cheese was that we really liked.
There was an herbed, almost Parmesan. It had that crystalliness of Parmesan cheese, but it had a herb in it. It was delicious.
Spread throughout or crusted on them?
Spread throughout, just all kind of. So it had this almost. I don't even know how to describe it. It looked dirty, dirty rice.
Oh, dirty.
But then it was almost an hour before they put out the actual food.
Wait a minute. So did they have food for you while you got there?
We got there at 1:30.
Okay.
The birthday boy got there at 2, and then they put out the charcuterie stuff, and then about an hour later is when they brought out the food.
Oh, God.
And I was
so you were probably hungry.
Right. Well, and it was at the VFW, and I'm we get there, and not a lot of people knew what was going on and stuff like that, what with the information and stuff. So I'm like, are we allowed to order drinks at the bar? Because we're not veterans of foreign wars.
What do you mean?
That's what VFW stands for. Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Oh.
It's like a club for former military service people.
Oh.
So technically not open to the public. So I'm
but you were there for an event. I mean, valid
But we
question.
were willing to buy a drink. We just didn't know if we were allowed to because if you had to be a member or something. But they said no, it was an open bar. So we all started drinking.
Even better.
We all had a couple of cocktails before the birthday boy arrived.
Okay.
No, but it was a surprise party, and he was duly surprised.
That was surprised.
Great,
Yes. So, so that was fun. And then Sunday we really didn't do anything because I needed after traveling and then going straight into work for a whole week, it was I needed a day where I didn't do anything.
I did something.
What did you do?
I made strudel.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Apple strudel. Have you ever seen them make strudel? They have a big giant table, and you take the dough and you have to stretch it so it goes across the whole table. And
then you roll
paper
it?
thin.
Oh.
And then you lay the filling on and roll it. And I'd never done it before, so I wanted to try it. It tasted good. The stretching part worked good. It just wasn't big enough that it made enough layers that it stayed crisp. So it's a work in process.
Yeah.
I will tweak the recipe a little bit.
It definitely was really, really good right out of the oven. But the next day, it got very soggy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, soggy strudel. That's my drag name.
That's your grinder handle.
So, but yeah, that was about it.
I haven't had any hits for that either.
Oh my God.
I don't know why.
Soggy strudel. I feel like that would actually go real well on Grindr.
There's a group.
Yeah. We need to find people who are on the app to ask.
So, but that was it. Yeah. So, I guess that means it's time for mouth to mouth resuscitation. So what's giving you life, Joe?
Okay, so two things. So I started watching on Netflix The Residence.
Okay.
It's I'm gonna butcher her name.
Ubo.
Azubudubo bududubobo.
Yeah,
Azubo. Uzo Azubadu.
Uzo.
Adobo?
Uzo Adubu.
Yes, that one.
Adubade or something like that.
Sure. But it's basically like a Knives Out whodunit sort of thing about there's a murder or an alleged murder in the White House by the chief of it's the guy that manages the house.
Okay.
Oh my God, what is it called? Not the chief staff of something, because that's a real thing. But he dies, and then it's a bunch of interviewing and whodunit sort of thing. And Uzo is the detective, very quirky detective. She's a bird watcher.
Crazy Eyes.
Yeah.
That was her character.
Yeah, well, but like she's very like a diverse actress.
She's
like,
awesome.
I didn't realize she has such like
She's been on Broadway too. Like I think she was in The Color Purple.
Okay. I mean, get it, Azuzo.
Actually, every time I hear or think about her, I think of Bob the Drag Queen's imitation of her when he had Carol Channing and her in
All Stars?
Snatch Game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
So it's really good, and I like it. I'm only on episode 3, but like the first couple episodes were maybe episode 4. They're catchy, and the only like barrier to like watching it is they're an hour, like 50 plus minutes.
Oh, okay.
So they're long, and you have to pay attention. So that's giving me life. I know. And then the second thing that's giving me life is I randomly saw somewhere, I don't know if it was on Instagram, Facebook, who knows where, like a recipe for a matcha latte. And I was like, I think I like matcha. Like I've had a matcha latte. And so I got like matcha powder from Amazon. And this morning I made a matcha latte and I was like, oh, this is actually not bad. It was pretty tasty.
Oh, cool.
So I did it with like, not oatmeal, with almond milk because that's like what they said to do. And it was like sweet and like matcha-y. And I was like, okay, like I can be a matcha man. Like,
okay, matcha
I want to
man.
be a matcha man. Yeah. I told that to Nick and he didn't laugh. And I was kind of sad, but
This is what I
knew
call
you
Matcha
would.
the dog.
Yeah, we
The dog we're watching.
Matcha Man.
As I call it.
Do you
Matcha
sing
Man.
it?
Yeah, I sing it. I say Matcha man.
Matcha man. Those are my 2. What's giving you life?
First of all, your nails are giving me life.
Oh, you
I
like
love
my
this
spring,
color.
my spring Manny?
Yeah, I think that's very fun.
Thank you.
And also, I am loving the fact that they released today on the Avengers Instagram a way of like announcing who was going to be in the next Avengers movie called Doomsday.
I thought they all died.
No, it's all new people. Well, like so they're bringing some back, but then they're adding people. So now they're introducing the mutants into the Avengers universe from X-Men. So Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, so Professor X, Magneto, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Mystique, Gambit. Like there's a ton of people who are going to be in this movie.
Did Patrick Stewart need a couple of more $1 million? He just,
I guess.
brought him
Oh
back
my god,
again.
that's like Jim Carrey and Sonic. Like Nick watched the Sonic and I was like, why did Jim Carrey do this? And I think like he legitimately did the movie. He's like, I got bills to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, okay, damn girl.
Do your thing, girl. I can't be mad at you. So I'm very excited about that. And then I'm just living for all the drama with this whole, the Secretary of Defense and everybody with their Signal group chat that sound like frat bros.
It's
like,
so bad.
But okay, yes, it is very important for us to have a conversation about the fact that highly classified information and conversation was being had on an end-to-end messaging app that your 12-year-old uses.
What? So
I don't even know if the 12-year-old uses it anyway. Because like Signal, who's heard of Signal?
I was just gonna say, like, I didn't know what it was when they were talking about it because I'm like, is it like a WhatsApp? Is it like just a texting service?
So
it's a group chat.
Right. So it's like an end-to-end. So it's like supposed to be more secure than say using WhatsApp or Telescope or something like that.
And apparently it is approved by the federal government for use in certain contexts, but it's not approved for security sensitive things.
Not like missile launches.
And it's also not approved for you to self-delete stuff a couple of days after you've written it. So because that's considered record.
Oh my god, like legit
Snapchat.
government records.
Right.
Oh my god.
So, but also the fact that we're not talking about why did we bomb Yemen? Somebody tell me why we bombed Yemen.
Oh, it's not Yemen. It was pirates. It was these terrorist pirates supposedly out that were
in Yemen.
In the water outside of Yemen that were affecting trade routes and things like that. So this was a strategic. Assume that the target was legitimate enemy of this. And not a country. It was like a terrorist group.
Right. No,
in Yemen. Yeah. Which all I think of when you say Yemen is Janice from Friends, when she's like, I'm moving to Yemen. 1 Yemen Road, Yemen. I don't know if that's the quote, but
it's
I
hilarious.
remember it was like that was the thing.
So, but yeah, I'm just living for all the drama and the fact that they're now circling into everybody from Trump to his, the press secretary to even the guy who added the reporter are now just attacking everyone and being like, why are you all so stupid?
We're not doubling down, we're tripling down.
Well, and they're
That
trying
this
to.
was legitimate.
I saw they're trying to blame the reporter.
Right.
He somehow conspiracy got someone to add him, and I'm like, girl.
You do know that it shows who added people.
Correct.
And how is he going to get somebody to add him? Are any of you, the fact that all of you hate this person,
right?
Why would you add him?
Yeah. And also, I love the whole thing where it was he was not sitting on this chat, but it was a couple days. So the guy was just kind of hovering, and then he leaves it ultimately, and it says I don't know his name, someone reporter man left. So did they not know the entire time? Our intelligence people are not intelligent.
Well, the suggestion from the head of Hegseth, or whatever his name is, the head of national security, was that, or whoever the security person was that added him.
It was the head of the CIA or something,
yes,
I think.
But they said that maybe he was, his number was associated with a different name, and that's where the mix-up was. But no, his name was on the chat.
Right. And not only that, but shouldn't you be checking this shit before adding people?
What makes me really, everything about the government right now is concerning is the fact that they are probably doing this and doing it all throughout.
New phone, who dis?
Right.
Well, and then not only that, but Trump the next day was I don't know anything about this. I'm you're telling me national security issue.
You haven't been briefed.
And you haven't been briefed by the minute you woke up that this is what people were going to say to you? Come on.
No one can pull the wool over Soggy Strudel's eyes, girl.
Don't do that.
But that's the whole MO is of their press story is deny. I don't know anything. When it's a sensitive topic, I know nothing.
Yep.
And then never circle back to it.
Yep.
Well, I'm waiting for something, either Trump to say something, do something, or something else to happen that's going to overshadow Signalgate.
Yeah, well, there's going to be something else. Yeah, it's going to be another executive order. But what I think
announced tariffs apparently today or something for the auto industry.
Yeah, you're right. There's going to be another thing. But the thing is, it's in the hearings, they basically had yesterday and today. I don't know if it was in the Senate, but it was hey, the reporter released your receipts. He released the receipts. So they're clear that this is confidential.
You're just being the liberal media now,
correct,
articulating, creating mountains out of molehills.
100%, Andy. I am here to fake news.
You're ignoring all the valuable things that our fearless leader did in the world since he came into office, and ignoring the stock market and the price of groceries or anything else bad, and all the people who have been losing their jobs,
or the planes that have crashed.
A whole bunch of
oh my God, are you the press secretary? What made me almost viscerally angry is she was this, and we did a good job. It's
right.
I don't care if you did a good job, you dumb bitch. You exposed us.
How can you do a good job if your shit's out there?
Because the attack,
we did the
attack.
Was the ends justified the means. So the way that the mistakes we made are okay because we got a good result.
Yeah,
but that's not right.
Yeah. No, it's not, because you still. Oh my God, I can't.
I know
these coworkers are horrible.
I don't like this edit of the American storyline.
So one thing that I think. One thing Trump has done a better job with this time than he had in the past is that spokesperson is at least articulate, but they are propaganda. They are propaganda.
It's all lies. It's all lies. And they are just throwing it and being boom, 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 boom,
right.
boom. They're just hitting us with all this stuff.
You listen to the message and it is the stuff you're saying would be on a Nazi brochure about all the great things Hitler does. It's just crazy to me that no one is calling that out either. It's and I think the reporters are, but I heard one commentator, their biggest argument was, she wouldn't let a follow-up question come in, but, like the press, they should be the next person called on should be asking that same question.
I think the press is afraid though, too.
They are. They're afraid of getting kicked out.
Think about it. Also, they're just getting sued left and right and like paying money instead of like holding it down. Cause like it was maybe the I don't know who it was, but there were a couple groups that got sued and they were like, we'll just pay.
Sued for what?
Trump sued them.
Oh.
Like he sued the one guy, Stephanopoulos or whatever
George
at ABC.
Stephanopoulos?
Yeah. And ABC settled. So like, I think the media, which again, it's interesting how like the media, they're like, oh, don't trust the media, don't trust the media. And that's their whole thing. It's like, it's all fake news. So then when someone has a reputable claim, it's like, well, you can't, they're all lying. Like the media's wrong. And then the people are going to be like, oh crap, you're right.
And there's a whole group of people that are only seeing her message and their spin on it. It's like we're all making this ridiculous. But I thought Pete Buttigieg's comments were amazing.
I know, he swore. Like, I feel like him, Jasmine, I almost said Jasmine Masters. Can you imagine
Crockett?
if Jasmine Masters was a congresswoman? Well, as I said.
That's suspicious.
Oh my God. I vote for Jasmine Masters. No, Jasmine Crockett from Texas.
Yeah.
She also called Governor Greg Abbott, Hot Wheels guy, which they all call him. And I was like, ooh, we need more of that fire. More of that fire. Anyway.
Yeah. So if I think, let's just talk about something a little bit
lighthearted.
more lighthearted and uplifting.
Hashtag lighthearted.
Our coworkers.
Oh my God. The drama.
So have you ever worked with your family?
And got paid for it?
Well, yeah, like you actually had a job where you like worked with your family.
I don't think like legally. Like my dad, I helped him with like construction when I was younger, but not like, hey, you're my employer, you're giving me.
So Joe just admitted to working illegally.
Illegally under the table.
I come to America.
Thank you so much. Yeah. No, like when I was in like high school, I would help with like construction demolition and stuff, but it wasn't hey, like I work for my dad. Like I've never
W-2.
No, I did not have to claim them on my taxes. I haven't worked for family.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you?
I actually did. Like when I was younger, like one of my first jobs, I think I was like 15 or so, and I worked at a Howard Johnson's. And it was in the restaurant because my mom was the manager of the restaurant.
Oh no.
So I was the host / cashier / busboy. So it was. I would not recommend it.
But were you the host with the most?
I was the hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, girl. Were you the Bussy Boy? Oh my God! Like, did I send that to you on the Instagram? What was the guy who's like, hey, we're here at Bushy's.
Yeah.
But like, is it called Buc-ee's?
It's Buc-ee's.
Okay, I don't know where it is, but it's like a.
But it's like a roadside.
Okay.
Like, it's usually through like the east and south and stuff like that. It's all over, but like you go into like, traveling cross country on the highways, and it's like one of those.
The Buc-ee's, yeah, but they're buses. So
But
you
they're
are
buses.
buses server boy, hostess Bussy Boy.
I would not recommend it. Not my favorite thing.
Well, it was your mom. Like,
yeah.
Would you work for like a cousin or maybe other family members?
No, and I mean, I've worked with Melissa for events like for the last 20 years,
but not for.
But no. Even though she thinks she's the boss of me.
Oh
no.
Oh.
So I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, because people. Companies tend to say, oh, we're like a family here.
That is so toxic. I will tell you, pro tip, if you were interviewing and they're like, we're like a family, don't go there. Because family is not like the same as a professional work world.
Correct.
Like, I don't want to work there.
And I mean, I will say like some coworkers I've known for so long that they are like family. Because, I met, one of my old best friends. We're not so close anymore, but like for a long time there, we were like family. Like he lived with me for a while with my family, and then he moved away, and then he lived with me for a little bit more, and then so we've always been in each other's lives, and like I even helped his family out with stuff. So it's like there's people who can turn into family, but it's not like if I hear somebody say, "Oh, we're like a family here," I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yeah, it's like a red flag, like instant red flag.
So like, do you have like a favorite or favorites? Like, there's some favorite coworkers that you've ever worked with?
Yes. So it's funny because like I've worked so many places throughout my career, and I feel like the ones that kind of stuck the longest were the ones that like you kind of go through trauma with. Like you'd get trauma bonded, right? Right. And so when I was at Novartis, it was my COVID job, and I was there for like 3.5 years. And so Tiffany and Steph, like we are still friends to this day, even though we're all at different companies now. Like we don't hang out obviously as much because we have like different things going on. But like I am going to see the Lincoln thing with them this weekend, and it's just funny because it's like you have the like those. They like we all got each other through COVID, and also like the craziness of work. You know what I mean? And it was like good personalities, good people, like. There was one time that Tiffany brought like Jenny's ice cream before it came to North Park. Like it was only available at certain locations, and she is from I think Alhambra, somewhere near LA, and she was able to get it through. And like we had like a little ice cream party at work and stuff like that. So they were like my trauma bonded sisters. And then prior to a couple, like I don't even know how many jobs ago, I have a group of guys that I worked with. And like we, not a lot of connection still, but like every once in a while it's like an Instagram like DM, and it was like, oh my God, like, yeah, I remember you guys were fun. So I feel like, yeah, like, I mean, sometimes it's like, they're not like, like they're there for a season, you know what I mean? But then sometimes they can last longer. So, I mean, I feel like I have good friendships with folks that I've worked with.
Now, see, like the people that I do the events with, I feel like if I was to say, like these people are definitely my friends, they're not my coworkers anymore. Like they're my friends. I mean, they'll usually bring somebody new in, and that person is a coworker until afterwards. But like you said, it's all about trauma bonding because nobody is going to know what that was like except for those people who worked with you. Yeah. And so it's very interesting because it's like these people that I just did this event with, I'm like, oh, we're bonded now because we went through this together, and now we have like all these like little inside jokes or inside jokes for those inside jokes and things like that. And but I was also talking, Andy and I were talking about this when I brought up this as a possible subject, was that I noticed that a lot of my friendships with coworkers are usually with my boss. Oh, so because like when I went to London and I told you that I met up with some people. It was my old boss from Target and his wife. And so, like, I've known him, God, now, like, 20 years almost.
Oh, my God.
Like it's like 17, 18 years that I've known him. Yeah. But it's like, he was my boss. So it's like most people don't normally get that because they usually keep their bosses at an arm's length. Yeah. But I don't do that.
But were you friends when you worked together?
Yeah, like we would joke around all the time. We were really close. Like, he knew that there were times when he had to put on his hat with me to be the manager. But like for the most part, we were just friends. Like my last day at Target was he made me do inventory that night. But I would like every once in a while get on the overhead and just sing "It's the Final Countdown." Because it was,
Wait, was it an overnight shift?
Yeah, it was an overnight shift.
Oh my God, your last day was an overnight shift?
Yeah, I was like,
your friend girl.
I looked at him and I'm like, I hate you, I love you, but I hate you for doing this to me.
I would be mad.
But it's also, there used to be, because I told this story before, but I love telling it in front of his wife because it's just so funny. She's like, oh no, I've heard this, but I love the way you tell it. And it's like, so they decided to have a dinner since I was leaving, and they one of my favorite places to go was this restaurant in Orlando. It was a Japanese steakhouse, teppanyaki. It's called Kobe.
Kobe.
And so they used to have this, like, they used to have two sauces. One was a ginger sauce.
Okay.
Like you get here at like all the Japanese restaurants.
Oh, like as a salad sauce?
Yeah.
Ooh, those are good. I love those.
But then they also had a sauce that was like mayonnaise based. So it was a white sauce. And I love that one. And so I put on everything because I've eaten there numerous times. So, and Brett, like I told Brett, I'm like, hey, there, this sauce is good. You just need to go easy on this. He's like, I think I'll be fine.
Oh,
Paul.
no. Is it spicy?
No, it's not spicy at all because it's mayonnaise based. But, he saw me and I'm like, I just got 2 ladles of the white sauce. I didn't get any ginger sauce. And then I take it and I pour it on my rice and on my stuff.
Oh, damn. Is it like a thinner sauce or a thicker sauce?
It's a little bit of
Is it like a ranch consistency?
A ranch consistency, yes.
Okay.
So then you mix it in and you eat it that way, and it's got this great flavor. But my motto was always, white sauce makes brown sauce. Because it's mayonnaise-based, there's a lot of fat, which means it's going to go through you pretty quickly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It just cleans your bowels out really fast.
So it just lubes you up.
Yes. And I told him that. He's like, I'm going to be fine.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay. You've got like a 25, 30-minute ride from this restaurant home. So like,
as they say, foretold is forewarned.
Yes, exactly.
Foreshadowing.
And so we're finishing dinner. So he decides he's going to get it all on his too. And I'm like, okay. And then we were saying goodbye. And I'm like, okay, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I told you. And I'm like, okay. Oh. So he gets to the car. 10 minutes later, I get a text message. He's like, I don't think I'm going to make it.
Oh.
And I'm like, he's like, I'm really worried. And I'm like,
wait,
there is a rest stop on the way.
Driving?
He was driving home. And I'm just like, there's a
I mean, when nature calls, girl, you just drop trow and shit on the side of the road.
But like, I love that me and him have that, like, that's like a core memory for me. Like with him.
I feel like that's a good one too. Like,
right.
Hey, remember the time you shit on the side of the road?
But like, and then, when I worked at Sheraton, I was really close with my boss, Jonathan. Like, we were friends. Like, we did stuff outside of work together. And like, I visited him in Dallas, and I knew his family, and I knew his kids, and all that stuff. So it's like, and we were trauma bonded because the first day I started work there,
wasn't it a dead body?
There was a dead body, yes. So, again, another core memory.
Oh my God, girl. Those are like real traumas though. Like my trauma is like, oh my God, deadlines at work. Like you're like, there was a dead body in the room. So I think you're
very
just
stand by me.
Yeah, I think it's a little different.
You want to see a dead body?
Yeah, no, I don't have those kinds of stories. Oh my God.
But I'm also like, okay, and I think back to different things and different, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I've always had close relationships with my bosses.
Well, so what I was thinking about was like, it takes me a little bit of like test the waters before I like get close to people at work, just because I don't know people and I don't know like, am I going to trust you? Like, are you going to be good? Are you going to be bad? Are you like, do you know instantly?
I kind of, for the most part, I can usually tell really quickly that I will get along with somebody. Like I already have, I have a work bestie at the office, and, people that I do the events with, I know right away if I'm going to gel with them or if I'm not.
What do you do? So that's what I was also thinking of. Like, if you know that you're like not going to be like friends with your coworkers, like do you treat them differently? I
mean, you can tell that I treat you differently because I'm not going over to your desk to like bother you.
You don't go, okay, bitch, hey.
Okay.
What's good?
I don't go like, I don't have like inside jokes with you. So I'm not like going over to you and going, oh, baby. Baby. That's like a thing for me and one of my coworkers. We do that all day long.
Oh my God, stop it.
People hate it.
So basically, anybody else that Paul works with, it's not you.
Exactly. But it's like, it's not that I don't like you. It's just we don't have that connection.
Yeah.
And
There's
that's
nothing wrong with
okay.
that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you don't need my validation. I don't need your validation. Hello.
Yeah, and we're going to be able to still work in a professional environment.
But I have had people come up to me and go, well, you don't like me. And I'm like,
What?
okay.
Oh.
And?
Oh, wait, you're, did you
Like,
not say like,
because
oh, no,
something happened and they got their feelings hurt.
Ugh.
And then they were like, well, you don't like me anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay, so then why are we having this conversation?
Oh my God, yes, get it.
Like,
I've never had someone say like, oh, well, you don't like me at work. But I kind of want someone to.
But if you do that, and I'm like, okay, well,
I'll be like, Ann.
exactly.
What you want, Brenda?
Why'd your feelings hurt then? If you know I don't like you.
Yeah. Well, now you know even more.
I think that's where when you have the blurred boundaries of certain people that you're really close with at work and then other people who are not, it makes it more glaringly different. You know, like you notice the difference. And so,
yeah.
But I mean, it's hard to for me, it's hard for me to separate that because you know, okay, so there's one person who's like, this is just my job, doesn't do anything outside of work with us or anything, doesn't want to be included, and will tell you that. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's great for you. But it's like, I can't do that because I spend so much time with these people that it's just like, it's like I spend 40 hours, if not more, of my week with you.
See, I can separate it, but I also can turn it on or turn it off because there's certain sometimes I'm like, I don't need to know your personal life. Like I got invited to a dinner or something after work. I think it's this week, and I'm like, didn't go obviously, but I have no desire to I feel like if it were not in Encinitas, it'd be a different story. But because it's so far, getting home after that would be a long trek.
I've never subscribed to
you can prescribe it, girl. I'll take it.
To the idea of this is not something I can make a part, because I love having people in my life, and you know, some of my best friends have been people who I was a coworker with.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just
and that's an interesting dynamic for you because you have long-term relationships with those people even after you stop working there. Where I know in my life there are people I'm still Facebook friends with and stuff, but I wouldn't say there are people who I get together with from former jobs.
right.
You know, even jobs I worked at a long time.
Yeah.
Well, and it's because when we got married, I had people from Target and stuff come in for the wedding,
Right.
you know, and it's just okay. And I mean, I'm still friends with the people that I worked with at the restaurant, and I'm still friends with you know, people I worked with at Universal.
Yeah, but that's cool though. I feel like you're good at maintaining those having a lot of people in your life. You know what I mean? Core people, and also you just have the capacity to have more than I think me. Because I'm I got 4, I'm good. I got a core group, I got you guys, I got a couple other people, I'm good. You know what I mean? But you're also very social. You know what I mean? And I think because you thrive on those connections, it's easier for you to maintain them.
Okay, I see that.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Now, have you ever slept with a coworker?
Before, during, or after?
So
Either. Any of them.
kind of.
So did you
wait,
put his penis in your mouth, or
No. Kind of So here's the thing. When I was in LA, I worked at Neutrogena, and there was a guy in another department, but he wasn't my direct coworker. So
I did not have sex with that woman.
I did not have sexual relations
with that coworker. But I guess is it a coworker?
You worked for the same company, right?
Correct.
Then yes,
coworker.
Coworker.
Okay, so we fooled around But we didn't do the whole hanky panky.
But did you put his penis in your mouth?
No, he put mine in his.
Okay, so then there you go.
That's, I guess, oral sex, technically.
So in that term, oral sex is the word sex.
I mean, there were plenty of people that I wanted to hook up with that I had as coworkers that just didn't like me.
They didn't want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
You were like,
I knew that I was like, you don't like me.
So the one in LA was a settle.
It was, yeah, he wasn't. Oh my God, there was like a real direct coworker that I was like, you are fine, you are really attractive, and like he wasn't out, but like I knew he was gay, and then like I went on a date with a guy, and I was like, oh yeah, like I work at Neutrogena, and like there's just like here's my coworkers or whatever, and he's like, oh, I slept with that guy. Oh, and I was like, oh. You confirm that he's gay? And he's like, oh yeah, he's a big old bottom. And I was like, cool. I'm like, oh. And that did never happen. I wanted it so bad when I was living in LA.
A little side note there. No one who's in the closet expect that other gay guys aren't talking about it. Everybody talks about the fact that who slept with who. So.
Oh, girl, yeah. Everyone knows everyone's business. It's a small pool. But I think, yeah, I'm trying to think of other jobs that I've had that could like possibly, but yeah, I think that was the only one.
If you had the opportunity to sleep with one of those people that you really directly worked with on a regular basis, would you have done it? Or would the fact that your coworkers prevent you from?
I feel like I would want to try it to see what it is, because it can go either way. It can be like, hey, like that was a great experience, or like, hey, it wasn't, and then it makes things really awkward. And like, I probably would have withheld and not done it because I feared it would have been awkward.
See, I don't understand how people can like work with their partner.
You mean mixed business and pleasure?
Correct. Because like I feel like that's a lot of time that you're spending together.
It's also the work relationship creates power dynamics that maybe don't exist in personal
relationships.
But like, you know, my boss and my peer are both are married, and they work together.
I feel like that would be hard. Like maybe if it were like, I mean, I would never work in the same area that
I think it takes a really special person to be able to do that, and also for your relationship to survive the hard times when you're, you know, like the work sometimes brings the worst out of you, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like timelines and deadlines or whatever. Like I feel like it would be difficult in a hypothetical situation. I would feel like the only way that would work for me if it was like, you're the same level as me, like we're like on the same like organizational level. And like there isn't like you're like a vice president and I'm just like a manager or whatever.
Well, most people aren't on my level, so
yeah, girl, yeah, on your level. So I feel like it would have been a cool fantasy to like sleep with a coworker, but I never did. Well, I guess I like halfway did it because I wanted to sleep with him, and then like as I was leaving LA, I was moving up to Northern California, and like we had the opportunity, and like. We were really, really close, and then he was like, well, I don't know because you're moving. And I was like, I just want to fuck you. Like, I literally don't care about your emotions right now.
That was the blowjob guy?
Yeah, that wasn't the one I really wanted.
Oh.
It wasn't the... yeah.
And that was not there was no return on that one. Only
no, it was, yeah. Well, it was a couple times. And sadly, too, like, he lived near my office, so, like, I kind of used him a little bit to, like, sleep over, so like my commute wouldn't be as bad. So it was. Listen,
I learned so much on these.
We've all done.
He's like, I got an early meeting
tomorrow.
Done
things. He was sweet. I think he's happy and has found love and whatever. But you know,
Paul, have you ever slept with? Maybe I should ask. Have you ever not slept with a coworker?
Ew, girl. I mean, I've slept with coworkers.
Okay. And how did it work out for you?
I mean, so I slept with someone at Universal.
Okay.
We worked in the same store, but that was okay because then they couldn't handle it, so they got transferred to a different like store in the like.
Couldn't handle what? Being like in the same area as you?
Well, like we slept together, but then like didn't do anything after, and I didn't want anything.
Did you have to disclose that you were in a relationship?
No, because we're on the same level.
Interesting.
And then, so then they went and since I wasn't paying them any attention after we had sex, like, they decided they were going to get transferred to a different zone.
Oh my God.
So,
give me all the attention.
right. And I'm just like,
he didn't want to be in the friend zone, so he went to a different zone.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, like, when I worked at Universal, I had we were like a core group of people. Like, we all came in at the same time. We all, for the most part, all of us went to lunch at the same time and ate together and stuff like that. So it was like very much us moving as a pod. And so I think it was part of like, he really wanted to be a part of that and included, and we didn't. So
he felt
he
othered.
wasn't able to sleep his way into the core.
Correct.
Okay, on that, I 100%, if I could, I would sleep my way to the top of a company, hands down. Hands down.
The dogs are shocked at that.
I know. If I know that like I'm in a healthy, happy relationship now, but like if I were single, I would fuck my way to the top.
Are they good looking? Are all the
wouldn't
people
have to
in
be.
your? Oh, okay.
It's
They'll have to be.
opportunism.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't care. Listen, I will bend over. You will bend over. Whatever is necessary to get me promoted and get more money.
What if they wanted you to swallow?
I would do it for a price.
Oh, okay.
If you make me, well,
$10,000.
no, it might have to be a little bit more than that. It would have been maybe 20. And it needs to be, 50, and it's tax-free bonus.
And a good severance package.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know I didn't sleep with anybody at Pier 1.
You've never
Oh
slept,
no, I did sleep with somebody at Pier 1.
Have you ever slept with somebody where the power dynamic was like somebody who was your manager or that you managed?
Yes.
Both? Wait, both situations?
Just one.
I
I was the manager and they were.
Oh, how was it? Was it kind of kinky? Because you were like, we shouldn't be doing this?
Because we did it in the store. Like,
Oh my God.
You can tell us when we're not recording which store it was.
it's okay. I don't care. I don't work there anymore.
Where was it?
It was at Pier 1, and
Was it on a couch?
It was right after they had that employee training session about
the sexual
HR
harassment.
The HR training?
Well, but like, there's cameras all over the store on the front and the back, but like, I knew where they were, and I knew how to place boxes in a certain way, stack them up to kind of, make even more privacy.
So, but here's the thing.
this person's going, why do we keep having to move?
Here's the thing, though. I feel like that is like something I would love to do. Is like have sex in like a public area, because it's like the thrill of like potentially getting caught.
Well, yes, because it's like we would do the early morning trucks, but like I just never
That's what
knew.
you're calling it now.
Yeah,
I think it's called the early morning.
receiving.
It's the early morning fucks. You spelled fucks wrong.
Well, we're all about receiving over there. So.
In the dock, in the bay dock or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Dock bay. I don't know.
But I never knew when the next person was coming in. Like they would, I kind of knew because it was on the schedule, but like sometimes they show up early.
Oh.
And because the back door's open, anybody.
The jokes make themselves.
Right, exactly. So it's like, yes.
You had to hit it and quit real quick.
Right.
So wait, after you had this, was this a one-time thing or was this a regular thing?
It was a couple of times, and then that person no longer showed up to work. So I didn't have to deal
Apparently, there was a performance issue.
Wait, did they quit?
They just stopped coming to work. And I don't know why.
Weird.
Yeah. So
Although this is retail, and that's not unusual.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's true. Do people just drop out like that?
yeah, all the time.
Oh. They don't say like, hey, I'm going to quit?
Nope, not anymore.
Oh, God.
2 weeks notice? Ha.
You'd be happy to get 2 minutes notice.
I would love to be able to just like quit on the spot.
Would you?
Oh my God, yeah. Like,
See-
if I was like mad, be like, I hate it here. I'm leaving.
I don't think I've ever. Well, yes, I did, because I did quit the job I'm at now. I quit before when I used to work with them because of the coworkers that I had.
Oh, you've quit before? Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because it's like they were horrible.
They obviously don't work there anymore.
They no longer work there, but they were just like, they were so mean to me because I think they thought I was being brought on to watch them or fix them or something like that.
Because you had a friendship with the owner.
Correct.
Ew.
And like,
so they were insecure.
So they were insecure. They wouldn't help me. They wouldn't train me properly, and they just let me flounder. And I'm like, and at one point, it was so much. Like I started crying, and one of them was like, "You're a man. Why are you crying?"
Oh, fuck you. And you like, men have tears too, you dumb bitch. What was her name? You can tell me later. Say their name. Say their name.
So, but yeah, no. Oh God. Like,
okay, so you've had a little bit of a tenure with sleeping with some coworkers. So that's two places. Okay.
Well, and like I always thought like one of my bosses wanted to sleep with me. I wish it was Brett because like I always had a crush on him.
I've had some hot bosses that I'm like, I would sleep with you.
But then like I think like one of my bosses at Pier 1, I always thought like wanted to because like we'd joke around and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, suck my dick," and I'd be like,
Was he straight?
No, he was gay.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was
Interesting.
like, yeah. See?
You know, it just could be that we've worked in different places, but I couldn't even imagine someone in a work environment saying "suck my dick," much less offering to mean it. You know, like that just would be so not okay.
I mean, I say a lot of things that are probably not okay at work.
But you're HR.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, I think I've always been like that, and I don't know if it's just because I'm like super charming or whatever, you know.
I don't know if it's something I'm really infectious to be around, but like, you know, I bring out everything in everyone. It's true. Your charisma. Charismatic. There we go.
Oh, okay. I was like, uniqueness over talent?
Yes, girl. Yes. Are you watching this season?
We are.
I gave up.
Why?
I feel like it's just like so much to like keep going, and like I was like,
Where did you stop? Did you get through Snatch Game?
Yeah, and then the musical.
The musical?
I stopped at the musical.
Oh, okay.
And then I think the past 2 weeks I haven't watched, but I've just like watched highlights.
That's where we are right now. We didn't go. I mean, we're just catching up because of him being away.
The musical, yeah.
But it was. I mean, there are people on it that are really good, and then there are people on it that you think they're only getting by because the judge is giving them a bye.
Yeah, because of production, yeah. Anyway, that was my tangent. I didn't know you slept with so many coworkers.
Don't say that. Like, I slept with a couple.
Only a couple. You know,
I only slept with one, and he wasn't really. Well, I didn't sleep with him. I wanted to.
I mean, I guess maybe it is just like retail is just like you're there for so long. It's like you kind of
It's seasonal too.
Well,
yeah,
and it's also those are sometimes like I don't know. How old were you when you were in Pier 1? Where
Pier 1 was like, oh God, I think I was like 20,
early
something.
20s.
Yeah, right. And then Universal was like 16, 17.
Okay,
yeah, I don't think you can count the teen years because you're just horny and you're gonna, I mean. That's also like it's like who you work with is like who you go to school with at that age, right?
Right.
It's social.
Well, no, I thought it was so cool because I was like, I was working. I was 16. I was working like
you were working. You were fucking.
I know, but
you were getting paid.
When you were a manager at Target or you worked at I mean. It's a little different in those environments.
Yeah, because I'm older and I know better. But I just thought it was cool as shit because I was hanging out with like all these adults at work, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool with everybody. I make my own money. I pay bills. I hang out with older people, and they're like late 20s, early 30s.
Oh my god, older people, early 30s. Like when you were in your teenage years, like 30s, old man. No, I think Andy, to your point, I agree that like. It's I don't know. I have a friend who in like our corporate world, they're now married. So like they started dating. I guess they like slept together, but like they started dating while they were coworkers, and now they're married and have like a family. So like it can go either way. Like you can have like a one and done, one night stand sort of thing, or it can be like, hey, now like you have a life.
You're a rock star?
He's dead too.
He is dead.
You hear about the nightmare stories. One of my first jobs in a law firm was the guy whose office was 2 doors down from me. That's the dogs playing, guys. But 2 doors down from me, the 2 offices down from me, lawyers work late at night, I guess, and somebody walked into his office and he was doing it on the desk with his secretary.
See, I was just going to ask if anybody caught their coworkers.
But that was a fireable event. So they got let go, both of them.
Wow.
Because it was at work?
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, come on.
It's a power dynamic thing. You can't be in that position of authority. And
I mean, have you... Okay.
I think you have to just, if it's something like that, I know I joked, but I think you have to disclose a relationship.
Only if you have that power dynamic difference. If you're a manager but I don't think you have to. HR would like you to.
Right.
In case there's an issue.
Yeah.
If you're the same level, but you don't have to if you're the same level. Now, this is off topic, but have you ever had sex at somebody's work?
If someone works from home, just
every day, then, right?
I was like, so if it's someone that works from home, yeah.
Okay. I have.
I want to badly. I'm telling you, it's a very thrilly sort of thing.
Because this is how, I was young, I was 18, 19 years old, and this is kind of when I was kind of dating, I guess, Doug. And we were, but he was still married at the time, so it was but
all the lines are blurry at this point.
Yes,
for you.
But then we would go to his office and we would have sex in the supply room.
Okay, that's hot though. Did you photocopy your butt?
I can't even believe people do this. That's just shocking.
Shocking. You're aghast.
I mean, I know it's wow, that's so scandalous, but I want to do it. I would love to because it's just so wrong, but it's so right. See, you guys can do it all because Andy works from his home, and so you do work here.
We do it at his office all the time.
If you call our bedroom the supply closet.
That's the loading dock.
That's where we do receive.
And logistics.
Okay, so you said you're still friends with some of the people that you've worked with. Are there anybody that you remember that you just was I hope I'd never see that person ever again?
Oh, absolutely. I've got plenty of those. I don't remember their names, but I'm just there are some people that I've worked with, and I'm God, you are a pill to work with. You're annoying, just not good people. And I'm I can't deal with you anymore. So I don't talk to them anymore, but yeah, I have that.
Okay.
Do you?
No, I don't. There's people that I would
never talk to.
Never talk to again, ever. And I haven't seen them in forever, so that's good. But it's also I remember some people it wasn't that she was a bad person. It was just
she wasn't a good person.
Okay, so what do you ever have coworkers who had distinguishing features or something about them that you remember? Because for me, when I worked at a certain store, I don't want to put it out there because people would put it together. But I used to work with this woman, and we used to call her HG for hot garbage. Because her breath was so bad, you could smell it across the cash register stand.
You've told that story before. I know the story.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. But
I worked with a girl. Oh my god! So the guys that I work with, that I talked about earlier, there was another temp that was working, and she was so unqualified for this role, but she got in because she knew somebody, and we also didn't like that guy either. But she wore little kitten heels, and you could hear her walking. And this guy Alvin, who was one of my friends at the time, was clip clop, I'm a pretty little horse, and I'm oh my god! So And I forget her name, but it was like a very like interesting name. But like, I remember like, it was like a distinct sort of thing, but like, she was like kind of short and stout, but like, also we didn't like her. Clip clop, I'm a pretty little horse. I will like when they like randomly DM like a meme or whatever, I run them. Sometimes I'll just be like, that still lives rent free in my head.
That's how I felt about it.
Yeah.
The dogs are going at it right now. Oh my goodness.
They were
The dogs are giving life.
Is there any coworkers that you wish you still had in your life or wish that you could reconnect with that you haven't been able to, but you really enjoyed working with them at the time? And
yeah, I think I have a couple coworkers that I really enjoyed working with at Novartis, but we didn't have like an outside friendship, but we just like jived. Like her name was Audrey, and she was on my level all the time. Like we laughed like all the time, and she was really sweet. She like is a mom and has kids, so I it's hard to like not be friends with that, but like schedule and have stuff outside of work. But like I loved Audrey. She was my favorite. But like I feel like all of the people that I do stay connected with are kind of around the same age or like same life phase. Like none of them have kids. None of them. That's about it. Like I don't have kids.
we have kids.
Well, I never worked with you. Yet. We can if you get me and Nick in your
Doing
your
the
helping
events?
thing. Yeah, girl, if you listen, I'll take a paycheck. I don't.
Did I tell you we'll probably go to Dublin next year?
Oh, Dublin. Are you going to kiss the Blarney Stone? Is that in Dublin?
I don't know.
Isn't that Irish? The Blarney Stone's Irish, right?
I'm going end guest on that one.
Yes.
You're the +1.
Yeah.
Is it for a week?
Yes. We'll make it for longer than that, but yes, it should be for about a week.
Wait, when is that? Next year?
They haven't told the dates yet, but yeah.
I would love to go to Ireland.
Same.
I'm guessing you've not been.
I've never been.
Okay.
It's definitely one of the places I'd love to visit.
I hear it's very green. Like, because of like the rain and the grass.
Unlike Greenland, which is not green, but Iceland
It's
is.
green. I know, I can't keep up.
So there are people that I wish that I still had connections with. Like, I miss Jonathan, my boss from Sheraton. Like, we haven't seen him in a while, like a couple of
We saw him in San Antonio.
Yeah.
But like that just says a lot about your friendship, that when we were in town, like they went out of
They
the way to visit
drove
us and
for a couple of hours to get to San Antonio and stayed overnight to kind of just see us for a little bit. And we had dinner and stuff and hung out. And I think they thought it was going to be a lot more than that. And I'm like, no, I'm tired. So I'm like, why are you so obsessed with me?
I like you, just not that much.
Exactly.
You've overextended your welcome. With me.
And like, there's other people that I've worked with, like at Target and stuff, that I still wish I had like a connection with. But it, like you said, it's just life and everything. In general.
Absolutely. And I feel like people nowadays have so many jobs. Like, you just kind of move on to your new set of coworker friends. You know.
Yeah. So, I think that's it. Like, if you have any stories or anything about your coworkers that you want.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that thing that Nick wanted us to? He sent a text in the text message that
Nick's story was that, or two of his best friends are former coworkers. They met in work environments. His former roommate during COVID, we've talked, friend of the podcast, Steve. They met doing video editing together.
Yeah, at BYU.
And then
yeah.
His other friend
Chris,
from DC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Nick is very much
They
same
went to,
sort of thing.
They went to a male strip club, so
Yeah.
of course that.
Titty bar, baby.
They didn't work at a male strip club. They went to a male strip club.
I would work at a male
or
strip
did
club.
I mean, hey, maybe,
We're only getting half the story.
Okay, real world.
We should watch Untucked. On that note, everybody have a great week. Be nice to your coworkers.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to These Unprecedented Gays. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time as we continue exploring the ever-changing landscape of queer life. Until then, stay proud, stay fierce, and stay unprecedented.